Hello and welcome to the PS Best Friends recap and reactions to the EA Play 2018 conference. So, do you guys? How do you want to do this? Do you want to go just in order of what they announced, or just our general thoughts on the whole thing? It's up to you.
Let's go in order. I mean, honestly, this is going to take a second because they didn't really announce much. They started off Battlefield 5. I mean, it does. I was actually excited because some of what they showed did look Bad Company-ish. So
That's
that's
what Miguel
cool.
was saying live.
Yeah, well, yep. The
We watched it
destruction
together, that's what he said.
reminds me of that company,
Yeah,
which
so
is
that's
good.
definitely exciting. I don't like what they're doing. This is, I guess, an overall commentary on what the whole show is with the concept art, like reveal type thing. Because they even did that with Anthem also, like when they're just
And
showing
they did
like,
it with Battlefield 5's that event.
yeah, with the yeah. And then they did a lot of
Okay.
that also. And then
They
yeah.
announced Battlefield 5. They show a little
re-announced, I guess. I don't know. It was already announced.
but they showed a little bit of the DLC, a little demo, or no, it wasn't a demo. It was just a little trailer, I guess, for the story mode.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was called.
The War Stories, which is going to be at Xbox.
Well, it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's all right.
The campaign was great in one, you know.
They teased
I didn't play all the stories in one, but what I played, I liked.
They teased Battle Royale mode.
Yeah, very, very
Was it
teased.
Grand Operations is what they called it?
No, they just said Battle Grand Operations is
other.
And it seems like they're gonna show a lot more gameplay on Microsoft's conference. So meaning tomorrow,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it seems like they're gonna show I bet a story mission probably, or a story trailer.
I don't think we're gonna see the Battle Royale mode anytime soon.
He said later this year. I don't think it's gonna be day and date. Especially Battlefield, I feel they came a couple months later compared to when Call of Duty started Battle Royale development.
You don't know that.
That could push off.
I think they just didn't want to announce it at the Battlefield event because it was literally like a week after Call of Duty.
I mean, they got everything already that they need to make it.
I mean, but still, they didn't show anything.
All right, let's move on. They
didn't show anything with anything. All right, FIFA 19.
Yeah, we say FIFA 19. So the
release date.
UEFA Champions League content is finally confirmed.
So that's big because
that's big. That's huge.
It's big because Konami doesn't have it anymore, so PES doesn't have it. So now FIFA really isn't missing any licenses like any major licenses.
It's like this is the end of PES as we know it.
It's
because the only thing they had was UEFA, and now they don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
But I think there still will be a Pro Evolution Soccer this year, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm
sure. They're gonna make it, but it's just like all the teams have made up names because they don't have the licenses to any of them. All the modes are just kind of made up names because they don't have the license.
And it sucks because it's a really good game.
Because Europa League is also UEFA, so so that's a big deal to people that care about FIFA. Is like that's the last real license they needed to be kind of complete.
FIFA 19, they give the release date for September 28, 2018, which is good.
Standard, yeah.
Which means Madden will probably be exactly a month ahead of time.
Oh, I got you. I'll get.
I thought that was a little interesting how they showed off like FIFA 18 and 19 on the same screen.
They did that.
Because they just did the World Cup update.
Exactly, and they're promoting that, and now it's free. I don't know for how long, but it's free trial. But I don't know if it's for just a week or for a couple hours.
Yeah, no, they're promoting.
But you're able to go and download it
because the World Cup starts in 5 days from when we're recording this. So they're just trying to sell a bunch more copies of 18 before 19 comes up.
Yeah, which is funny because counter to Miguel's prediction that there'd be more service things. It's like they're kind of just saying like, yeah, this is not service, but we're still supporting this old game, but still buy the new game.
Well, they did say there's like other updates they're making to 18 like before it's like cycle.
Yeah, they said that they're still gonna support it until 19 comes out, pretty much.
Yeah. So the next thing was EA Access.
Origin Access Premier. Yeah, how many fucking words could they add onto that?
No, you skipped something.
You skipped something. Not Xbox.
You skipped something.
I'm looking at a recap of it.
I'm mad too. You missed a huge one from Respawn.
No, that happened after.
I was literally about to say that.
But that happened. Whatever.
That happened first, but whatever.
It did not. I'm looking at an exact timeline.
I am too.
The premiere is pretty much PlayStation Now. Did they say if you could download it?
Game Pass. It's more like Game
oh
Pass.
Yeah, they said you could download them.
I'm pretty sure it's more like Game Pass. I don't know if you can download it or not, but
that's huge.
Because it's day and date like launch titles, so not launch title, like day and date with the launch of like a lot of major titles. So that's cool. It's only PC though, not Xbox.
And mobile
not
also,
Xbox
I guess.
EA access.
It also worked on phones.
And then, so the next was Andrea Renee sat down with Vince Zampella. From
So awkward. So awkward.
It was very awkward, but I think Vince intentionally made it like that. And it was so Vince announced that the new Star Wars Respawn game, they said, I think they're working on 3 titles. One we could assume is Titanfall 3. And then the Star Wars one is called Jedi Fallen Order. It's going to take place during the Jedi Purge, which is post Revenge of the Sith, so between episodes 3 and 4. So hopefully it's going to be cool. I don't know how many Jedi you can really have, considering they all were killed off at the end of episode 3, but I'm excited for it. I trust Vince Zampella more.
Well, there's no concrete, like, there are 64 Jedi in existence, like, so there could be, there's just like one. No, yeah, I'm saying there could be kind of like
Quinlan Voss, but you don't know who that is. So
I'm saying they could make new Jedi for this game, because there's no limit to the Jedis.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds cool. I'm juiced for a more Jedi-focused Star Wars game rather than a Stormtrooper one.
Speaking of Jedi, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is getting an update coming up after the solo season. And it's going to focus on Clone Wars, which I'm down with. It's going to have Geonosis.
Hold up, though. On that solo season, they were just showing the same solo trailer like 3 times. You guys notice that?
Everything they showed, they showed 3 times. Like the Anthem, they showed like every single thing they showed just looped it.
It's like this content's coming out next week. You guys don't have more footage?
So Solo, Solo's out next week. It's got the Kessel planet, and then you get to play as young Han and young Lando. It's kind of whatever. They're bringing back extraction mode, which is my favorite mode from Battlefront 1's DLC, so I'm excited for that. But what I'm really excited about is the Clone Wars stuff they're adding. They're adding Geonosis. They're saying it's the biggest map they'll have had upon the time of release. They're adding what was it called? A conquest mode, I think, which is kind of like an old mode from like the original Battlefront games. So hopefully that'll be cool. And then the biggest news is the new characters they're adding, which is General Grievous and Count Dooku for the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and for the Republic is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, Clone Wars era. So that's gonna be cool.
I would like to see if it's
like a young Anakin, because we've only really got Darth Vader in Battlefront games, even the old ones.
You think it's gonna be Hayden Christensen's likeness? Like,
I think interesting. I think they're either gonna go
or based off the animated cartoon.
They're either gonna go Revenge of the Sith, Hayden, or they're going to go Matt Lanter's Clone Wars animated series, Anakin, and then just try to make that look more realistic. But I think they'll probably go Revenge of the Sith, Hayden.
And then even for Obi.
They didn't show him. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi, it'll be the Revenge of the Sith era.
Ewan McGregor?
Because that's what his was based on in the Clone Wars.
That'd be cool to see those
excited for that.
Actors back in the role.
Quick info of Origins.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Origins Access Premiere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $15 per month or $100 per year.
It's about what PS Now is.
Also, you get not only EA games. I mean, they have been selling non-EA games on PC's Origin.
If you get that, you will get the games at launch instead of if you get the basic access.
You just get the trial.
You get just the trial, the 10-hour trial. So
that's interesting.
That's good.
Yeah, that's definitely more Game Pass than now, but I wonder if you could download. It doesn't seem like you could download them, just because they were showing it on phones. With that phone controller thing.
But that doesn't necessarily mean you can't download it on PC though. So we'll find out more as we learn more about that. We're not really a PC show anyway, so not super worried about it. Next reveal was Unravel 2. So Yarny's back. He's got a buddy this time. I actually thought this looked kind of cool. I enjoyed what I played of Unravel 1. It wasn't the most mind-blowingly original game ever, but it was a fun, cute platformer. So I think this one looks pretty cool. I think that I honestly might want to try it single player, even though it's kind of pitched as a multiplayer game, because it looks like the puzzles might be kind of fun to kind of figure out, like, I got to move this guy there, and then this guy there, and then move that to, you know what I mean? So
you could find out today.
Oh yeah,
it's out right now.
Available now.
I don't know why they would do that. I hope that doesn't hurt this game because I really like the studio. But
I think that'll definitely only benefit because it really, like, this game, even like when the E3 was first announced, got the most attention when it was announced. Because when the game actually came out, I feel like not many people were really like, "Oh, I remember that," but
yeah,
like now people just
definitely remembered Unravel because they remember that the guy coming out. I don't remember his name. He was the studio head. He came out, and they definitely remembered that. So I would disagree with that to an extent. Next game.
Well, next mention A Way Out.
Game, yeah, they mentioned A Way Out.
That's funny.
It was a huge success, and I guess
they got a bigger studio.
Hazelight's moving into a bigger studio, so that's cool. It's good for Joseph and the team.
They're getting bigger.
And so they kind of brought that up to reiterate that they're focusing on indie titles, and then showed the next game by I don't remember how to pronounce their name, and they don't have it listed here.
Joe Ray or something.
And it's like It's like Yo Ray or something like that.
Cool new studio.
Yeah, so this game looks pretty cool. It's called Sea of Solitude, or SOS. It's about a young woman who is dealing with terrible feelings of loneliness.
Looks like a monkey.
I feel like they wanted to say depression, but EA was like, don't talk about depression on stage.
Interesting.
But so it looks like it's a game about her kind of – it reminded me of – the theme of it kind of reminded me of Tales of Berseria, where Violet kind of turns into a monster, and then she kind of has to turn back from a monster. But the gameplay
I was getting like Papa EO vibes.
Yeah, that kind. Yeah, I'm not talking gameplay. I'm just talking like the tone.
Yeah.
But the gameplay looks pretty cool. I'm down with it. I love that kind of art style. So we'll see more as more information comes out on that. So EA showed off a bunch of sports games other than FIFA. The first one was NBA Live 19, which they didn't really show anything about. They showed a real lot of sneakers. But that's really it. That's really all they showed.
The game's coming out September 7.
Yeah, they're focusing on the one mode. So at least in that trailer, they're focusing on the one mode.
There's a lot there that I know you don't give a fuck about, but I do. So they're bringing like in 2K, it's pretty much they're getting stuff from 2K they worked, and they're bringing it to live. You're able to pretty much 5v5 in tournaments, which is good. And they're bringing a bunch of old players. Scottie Pippen was there. Shaq, Iverson.
Yeah, I was there.
Did they say the gameplay of the street stuff would be any different, or that's still?
I doubt it.
No, it's the same game.
They can't do that.
It's a different mode. That's what it looks like. It's not. Yeah, it's not street. It's
like you're able to build your court and everything like that.
Yeah,
and your uniform and stuff like that. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe it'll be $5 again next year, and maybe I'll pull the trigger on that one. So next they showed a bunch of stuff about Madden with Juju Smith-Schuster coming on, with some guy that won the title from the Madden tournament. I don't really know why they showed this. They didn't even show anything about the game at all. And then they immediately moved on to
here. It feels like they have nothing to talk about Madden 19, right?
They did not talk about anything about Madden.
Anything. So it's going to be a copy and paste job? Or are they going to really announce? I mean, I'm sure it's... Or are they really going to announce...
They'll probably have like a live stream in a couple of weeks.
No, but even in previous years, they would be like, oh, we have this new feature that changes this. Even if it's a small thing, they would...
this new physics engine.
Yeah. They would make it seem like a big thing.
I think it was a trailer.
It was a in-engine trailer. Yeah, it was in-engine, which isn't gameplay, but...
So they didn't show anything. So we'll see.
Game of servers, maybe in a couple weeks.
They showed Eli Manning.
I don't know. So the next one, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking on this.
This is classic.
Don't understand how they're
things you don't do.
This tone deaf. They go on like a 10-minute let's play of two guys playing a mobile game from their phones. Half the time, they have the right side of the screen is the game, and the left side of the screen is the guy holding his phone. It's like, if you're going to show me it, at least show me the game in full screen. But it was...
Well, to reiterate, it's a phone game.
Yeah, well, exactly, to pound it into your brains. So it turns out it's the new Command & Conquer Rivals mobile game. Cool.
And the trailer is probably... It looked better than the actual game.
Yeah, it was the classic, like, Game of War trailer is awesome, and then you download Game of War, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. It looked pretty good.
I'll give it a shot, but why are you showing me this right now for this long?
Yeah, it had so much time. It's out now.
It's out on the Androids,
not on iOS.
Oh, really?
It's
only
like,
Android?
It's like a pre-alpha, so
it's an alpha.
Probably runs like garbage too.
But so yeah, funny they brought a series back to life for a free-to-play mobile game.
Yeah, of course.
I bet a lot of PC players are pissed off.
And then they closed out on what we all wanted to see, and that was BioWare's Anthem. They brought Casey Hudson.
You wanted to see them talk
on stage.
Four chairs.
Ugh. So the thing is, I don't mind when they do that type of thing, but show the gameplay first.
The game's not coming out that date, and this is why.
Okay, so hold on.
Go
Before we even
Go in
jump into that, let's talk about the game a little bit, what they showed. Because this was the big anticipated one for EA Play. I think this game looks awesome. I think it's gonna have a good flow to it of like the gameplay itself is gonna have a good flow of like you're flying, then you land on the ground, you're shooting some stuff, you're flying again, you dive back underwater.
So like Destiny. All right.
You're going underwater. Nah, Destiny's.
Sorry.
This is what people expected from Destiny before it launched.
Destiny.
So we
it
can't
really
be like,
threw
oh,
me
it's gonna
off.
be good.
Destiny, when I first played vanilla Destiny 1, it threw me off because the way they worded it was like an open world game, and then it's like, oh, well, I got to load into the tower, and then I got to go into orbit, and then I got to load into this one place, but this one place isn't connected to the tower. This game looks like a true open world of like you can walk from or fly from this place to this place without any loading screens.
I personally don't think
If
so.
that's what it is, I hope so.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But no, it looks gameplay wise, which is always a hard thing until actually getting your hands on a controller. It looks like it's doing to that third person shooter like feel wise that like Destiny did for like first person, or like Bungie does for first person shooters. So it looks like it's gonna feel amazing to just jump around, shoot in the air. And as Miguel's always been saying, remember like Mass Effect Andromeda did have great combat.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is it looks like it's just taking Mass Effect Andromeda's combat and turning it up to 11 and making it more fun.
Yeah,
And,
a lot of like the in-air
like,
shooting moments looked amazing.
Yep. I like the numbers popping out of the enemies.
Yeah, classic.
I love it, dude. Fucking love it.
RPG, looking for loot. They didn't show any loot,
No, they didn't.
which would be an interesting thing. I don't know how they'd shoot it, but they did show some cool bosses and stuff.
Well,
I mean, the last boss with the balls.
Yeah,
that looked like balls when it came out first. I'm like, what the fuck
Miguel
is
and I
this?
watching it together, and the monster comes out, and he's like, "That looks like my balls."
nice.
And then it stops there, and Anthony was,
I was like,
I think,
boss fight, and then they cut it off. I was like,
yeah, because I think you were behind by a couple seconds, but that was funny. It looks
good.
Good.
It looks good,
but I'm not as hype as like you seem to be with the game.
I'm cautious.
Or like
for it.
It seems like a lot of people are hype for. I don't really know why.
Like I'm excited for it, but I'm not like freaking out about it. You know what I mean?
I learned
the main reason I'm really excited about it is because it is the original Mass Effect trilogy team. You know what I mean? It is the team.
Yeah, it's OG BioWare.
They gave the release date. What is it, Anthony?
The release date is February 22nd, 2019. Day and date with Sony's and Ben's Days Gone.
Okay.
Which I am.
I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna stop you there. Because you were pissed when they announced it.
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Yeah, this game is not coming out that day. I'm calling it right now. This game is not coming out right that day just because they didn't show enough of the game. They talked about it for wait. They talked about it for 20 fucking minutes before they showed whatever they wanted to show. They have nothing to show.
Yeah,
they're not ready.
You could say the same thing about Battlefield, and I guarantee you Battlefield's going to be October.
You could also say the same thing about God of War, and that came out.
Yeah, but they're going to show more for tomorrow at Microsoft.
They're showing more right now, I think, of Anthem. They said they were going to show gameplay.
Yeah, that demo.
It seems like
they said that was only a part of the demo.
Yeah, I'm sure in fucking an hour or two, IGN. I don't think GameStop is going to have.
I don't think they announced that specific date if they're not confident it's going to hit it.
Oh, it's getting delayed.
I actually, funny enough, think Days Gone is more likely to move than.
I think that game is done already.
I think I agree.
I think that game's been done for a while.
I think Days Gone is under polished.
And they don't want to put it in the fall because they know it will fucking fail if they put it in the fall. But that game's done already.
So hypothetically, let's say that neither get delayed and they both come out February 22nd, 2019. We'll all play an Anthem. You know what I mean? Like, none of us want to fall behind an Anthem, which sucks because I really want to play Days Gone.
Same.
Days Gone is a single-player experience, so you could just pick up Days Gone in March for $40.
Yeah, but I want to play it while it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be the same as when you play it when it launches. Think about it. If you played God of War now, it wouldn't be the same as when it first came out.
Yeah, fair enough. But
called it right now. So
what else? Is something else coming out at that time? I feel like other things are announced for February 19.
I don't know if we have any.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get to play Anthem. Actually, that's one of my last appointments on Thursday night.
Or you going to play the demo?
Yeah, at NVIDIA's booth, not even EA stuff. So that's going to be on the highest possible graphics, which is going to be insane. But yeah, overall, classic EA. I mean, since they started doing this EA Play thing, last year was the first year. Or it was 2 years ago. The first year, 2 years ago. It's really been. I don't want to say underwhelming, but I guess expected.
Kind of mediocre, yeah.
No, see, I feel like they know what they want to do, like show, because they seem like they're in the middle. They're bringing the YouTubers, or bringing like, oh, here's this and here's that. We're doing it for the community, okay. But then they go back to what they did at the end. Like they stopped and they talked about a game before showing the game.
Even that though, it doesn't. I don't think EA Play, the E3 conference that they're doing, is ever the place that they're going to be revealing Skate 4 or like a crazy game like that. It seems like they only like talking about games that we know about, you know?
Yeah, I feel like they want to make their announcements at, aside from Command and Conquer, fucking whatever the fuck it's called. I feel like they do want to make their big announcements at, like at the, Microsoft or Sony conferences. And it could be maybe Xbox was like, hey, we know you're going to announce this. We're going to pay you to have it at our show instead. Maybe that's why they end up just all the good stuff ends up not being at their show because they get paid to have all the good stuff on the other show.
Yeah. But it was all right. It was if we're giving this classic ratings, I'd say around 7.5.
I'll give it a 5.
Yeah. I mean,
out of 10,
the Battlefield trailer was good.
6.5.
Yeah, I guess I'd be skewing higher. The Battlefield 5 was tight. Battle Royale could have had more information.
They didn't really show
Anthem showing was cool.
A couple things from Anthem that I enjoy. I forgot the names of the characters, but you're able to choose one character, and then anytime you could go whatever you want, like your base or whatever, and change to something else.
That's a lot like Warframe, where you could just change your rig.
Cool.
Which is,
I like that because the biggest problem I had with Destiny is I'm not like you, Jeff, where I
want to put so many time.
It's not the only game I play, so I don't want to spend the time making all 3 characters and leveling all 3 up. So with this, it's cool because I can
back and forth.
Heavy, I go jump as the heavy. If I want to play as the warlock looking one, I just jump in as that. So
especially if you're playing solo at that time, you could just like. Right. If you're going against a monster that you can beat as a ranger, which is one of the characters. You could go and play as the Storm or the fast guy, I forgot her name, or the tank guy. That tank guy is me, dude. I fucking love that thing.
Yeah.
The other big thing with Anthem is that they did confirm that all microtransactions are cosmetic only, so there's no...
So you could buy skins.
They are getting out in front. There's not going to be a Battlefront 2.
So they're going the Titanfall way.
If I made that one of my predictions, by the way, I totally would have gotten it. They had the Battlefront guy come out on stage and say, "Hey, sorry, we fucked up." They made it in specific in both Battlefield 5 and Anthem that there's not going to be any pay-to-win shit. And they didn't even mention
Madden came out and said, like he like beat it in, like we are very sorry we fucked this up. We are not going to do it again.
No, I mean, I'm sure they're sorry, but Activision and some of the other publishers are not sorry. They're probably pissed, dude. They're pissed probably.
Oh yeah,
they fucked it up.
But yeah, so that has been EA's 2018 conference. This has been PS Best Friends covering it. Remember, you can find us on facebook.com/group/PS Best Friends. Give us a subscribe right here on YouTube.
No shit.
Where are you watching this video? Wait, did you get new news?
Not really, but in the trailer for Madden 19.
Yeah.
One of the guys. Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
So
what'd you say?
Griffin for the Seahawks, he only has one hand. Because I think he had his other hand amputated. He had some kind of disease, so or some in like syndrome or something where he had to have his hand amputated. But he got drafted by the Seahawks, and now they're. I don't know if he's on the cover.
No, but they showed in the trailer that
showing like in the
he
trailer,
is missing his hand. He's like authentic.
Yeah.
How do you play football with one hand?
He's a linebacker.
Oh, you haven't seen him?
No, I haven't heard the story.
Oh, he's good, dude.
Yeah,
he's really good.
That sounds very interesting.
Dude, he's an animal.
That's crazy. Good for him. But yes, catch us next time covering more E3 stuff.
Next time.
Peace.
Peace.